1 liter red fun.
I just almost killed my Zalto too. So
We'll stick that one somewhere on the club page
yeah,
so you can see.
be on the lookout for our bloopers. But luckily I did not. I somehow saved the Salto. I've messed up many others. All right, so we are in Burgenland with Frug.
Austria.
Oh, yeah, in Austria.
Yeah. Just in case you didn't know.
With a Zweigelt that is a collaboration between Jenny and Francois and the Wurstingers, what it's called? No, Wurzingers, yep. Joseph and Pia. So they have 3 different bottles of a red, a rosé, and a white. And when it came time to sort out what type of red we wanted to do for most of the clubs for Thanksgiving, one of the first things I thought of was I thought a liter would be great because you're gonna be sharing. And B, I think that Zweigelt can be great. And then like this type of version where it's like lighter extraction will actually work with Thanksgiving. Like some Zweigelt. I
haven't had Zweigelt that much. What's it like?
Well, so if you make it like the regular way, it can be like very hefty and like kind of like dark and broody, which is good. Like that is great. But is hefty and dark and broody what you're looking for Thanksgiving? Probably not. So this version of it is really perfect because the extraction is way less. The ABV is generally less. It's just a fresher version of Zweigelt basically. But it's interesting because we'll see there's still, all those hints of what Zweigelt is, just without being like over what's the right word? Over exhausting. That's not the right word, but your palate to where it's like heavy with heavy.
Yeah, totally.
So with that, let us talk about, do we talk about how it's made? So 10 weeks on the lees, no fining filtering, 25 parts per million of sulfur total. Yeah, so just basically like they just kind of let it chill. The goal is to have like a light, fresh extraction from it.
Yeah.
So
color's nice, very purple.
Oh yeah, and especially when I was pouring it, it was like very vibrant colors.
You can definitely tell it's not filtered.
No, you can definitely tell it's not filtered, and you can also tell that it's like very young because like the color of the bottle, or sorry, the color of the wine is like, what's like the word, like almost like psychedelic. Oh, you know what? And maybe that's why the label's like this.
Fun fact, the label was designed by Jenny's brother.
Oh, that is a fun fact. Maybe that's why it's like this, because it's like kind of like a party wine. The like girl looks like she's partying, but like the colors are like crazy. So it's not as obvious when it's here, but like when you go like this, you can really see, like especially at the ends, like it is just beautiful color.
Yeah, and that young kind of freshness is definitely a good thing for this time of year. I think that's why everyone loves Beaujolais Nouveau, right? It's fresh out the tank, super fresh, super light, food friendly, like quaffable kind of. Glue.
Yeah.
Really.
Many ways we can say it. One's like glue, a little bit hipster. Then we can go quaffable if we want to be very fancy people.
So what are you getting on the nose?
So on the top, I'm getting like a lot of spices, which I think is great. So it's like a little bit like clovey, a little bit cinnamony.
A little bramble for me.
Bramble?
Blackberry bramble.
What's bramble?
Kind of deal. Yeah.
And then more on like the sides and the bottom, like dark cherries, but like fresh ones, not ones that are cooked or anything like that, just like fresh picked black cherries, a little bit of plum, actually a lot of plum. And yeah, like you just said, the whole thing of blueberry, blackberry, bramble, it's all there.
Maybe a little bit of like even like licorice kind of.
Oh yeah,
just a little bit, just a hint.
I was also gonna say like kind of like violets, like there's definitely a floral aspect to it. So for it being like a simple-ish version of the wine, like Zweigelt is very expressive, so I'm not surprised at all that we're getting that here. And ours is also pretty chilled. We definitely recommend chilling it for like 30-ish, probably like 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how chilled you like your chuggable reds.
Just remember, it's always easier to make your wine warmer
as
it sits out than to make it colder. Yep. So chill it more than you may think you need to, and then just let it sit.
Yeah, you can always just, well, assuming you can wait, you can always just wait. All right, let's try it. So it's funny. It's like this mixture to me of where it's like, it wants to be like its hefty version of Zweigelt, but it just can't because it's like this fresh, easy version. So it's almost like it like first goes in, it starts and it's like, oh, like I'm deep and broody and hefty in here to
Yeah.
stay. And then it like kind of like goes, whoop, nope, I'm also gone. Like I'm fresh and I'm fun.
Yeah.
It's like having this little internal battle is how I feel like.
Yeah, very good acidity to it. I think definitely getting that kind of food friendliness. Fruit forward, cherry for me. A lot, quite a bit, like tart cherry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the cherries are definitely more tart on the palate than they were on the nose. And everything that we just mentioned is definitely there. The finish is pretty good, nothing crazy. And I don't think that's something that we would expect from this. It's one of these where it's just like that food was yummy. This is yummy too. It has enough going on with the tannin and with the acid to clean out your mouth so that the next bite's going to be yummy too. But nothing that's going to leave you feeling, God, what's that word? Feeling overly whatever, so that you
palate fatigue.
Yeah, palate fatigue and just general fatigue from like having too much heavy food and heavy stuff back to back.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like baking spice too in there. Not exactly sure what, not clove, but like maybe anise, because I was saying licorice earlier.
Yeah, it could be too. Anyways, it's delicious, and it is definitely like the bust it out, pair it with your Thanksgiving. It's a little party in a bottle, and everyone's gonna like it.
And you get the extra 250 mils too, so enjoy.